Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to learn about adding and subtracting fractions. And today's date is the 17th. So again, this is a reminder, this is review, which means that you should have experienced this already. And this is going to be a very quick overview just so you know what to expect. So here is example 1. The problem is going to be 8/3 minus 7/8. First of all, I want you guys to notice that my fraction bar is an actual fraction bar. You're not allowed to write a slashy. Please don't ever write a slashy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to come up with a common denominator. In order to do that, I can either just use my knowledge or I can use the LCM. To remind you, yep.
Do we write this down in our notebooks?
Yes, please.
All right.
So here is the LCM, which would be, I take the two denominators, which are 3 and 8. I am going to look at what they are both divisible by. I write the letter L there as my bar. They're both divisible by 1. So 3 divided by 1 is 3, and 8 divided by 1 is 8. I circle this. It makes an L for LCM, which is the least common multiple. I multiply these all together. So I have the LCM is equal to 1 times 3 times 8, which is 24. So that is what my new denominator should be. LCM work is not something I need to see in course 3. However, some of you might need to do it so you do not have ridiculously large fractions. So I'm going to come over here. I have equals, and I have 8/3 times 8/8 minus, and I have 7/8 times 3/3. So the reason I'm multiplying this by 8/8 is because 3 times 8 makes 24. 8/8 is the same thing as 1, because anytime the numerator and denominator match, it equals 1. So anything multiplied by 1 is itself, which means basically we're not changing the actual number. So this is the proper work that you're going to show in order to come up with a common denominator. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and simplify. So I have 8 times 8, which is 64 over 24 minus 21 over 24. And then from here, I have 64 minus 21, which is going to give me 43 over 24. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to take a look to determine if this can be simplified at all, if they share any common factors. When I look, not to my knowledge, so this would be my answer, and I would box it. Are there any questions? Go ahead, just come off mute.
Okay, so what are we allowed to do? Like, it's not really a different way, but I write it a bit differently.
Questionably. So here are the main things I want to see. Your mathematical syntax is extremely important to me. So everything should be listed step by step with equal signs lined up. Okay, I need to see the step where you are multiplying to create common denominators. That's incredibly important.
Okay.
So if in between those things, if there is something else that you have that maybe, I don't know, makes it a little bit different, that's okay. Okay, but those are my main things that like I have to see. Here's example 2. And example 2 looks like this. I have -3/7 plus 2/4. So quick reminder, we can use positive and negative fractions. Those are called rational numbers. You should know that. That's why we did the integer check-in at the beginning of class. So again, I take a look at this. I'm not going to do LCM work because I basically know at this point what the denominator should be. So I'm going to set it up to be -3/7 times 4/4, and that's going to be plus, and I have 2/4 times 7/7. That now is going to be equal to a -12/28. And I'm leaving this in parentheses due to the fact that I have a negative sign and I don't want to lose my negative. So I'm keeping it in parentheses because of that. And then this is going to be plus, and this is 14/28. Leaving it in parentheses is not a requirement, but it is something that I like to do because otherwise I feel that everybody loses their negatives. So from here, I am going to go ahead and simplify this again. So if this is a -12 and this is 14, this is going to end up giving me 2/28. I know that 2/28 is not all the way simplified. They're both even numbers. They share a common factor of 2. So I know they're both divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide that by 2/2. And that is going to, I got squishy, so I'm going to have to write over here. And that's going to end up leaving me with 1/14. I box my final answer. So there you have it. This is what fraction work should look like. Tonight's homework in Delta Math, you are going to